And so we're back here at Owen Fulton Field after the Cougars dropped the first of this doubleheader game against Pfeiffer. Up first is Derrick Perry on the mound. It's going to be Cole Spain for the Cougars. Spain's first pitch inside and low for a ball. Perry, one of the faster guys for Pfeiffer, showed that in the last game. And he's able to lace one out there towards left field. And he's going to round first and head to second. And he's going to be thrown out at second, all the way from left field. That's Zach DiCarlo showing the arm. So up now will be Xavier Rodriguez, who struggled early at the plate last game, but kind of picked it up later on in the later innings.
First pitch to Rodriguez misses down below the knees. Cole Spain getting the start, as Eddie was talking about. And Eddie, that was one of the players we were talking about in the pregame show to open things off here this afternoon. And a player that head coach Drew Bailey feels very confident about moving forward, as they are working with him to add a breaking ball, an effective breaking ball to his repertoire of pitches. Falls behind early 1-0 here. Showing bunt, pulls back. That one gets away to the backstop.
Starting at catcher for this game is Dalton Coleman.
And you have to wonder there, after Hutchins took that shot near the end of the game where it looked like he collided with Bradley Tickle. Getting a break. We hope his shoulder's all right, and Rodriguez is going to work a 4-pitch walk. 5-pitch walk. Or no, 4-pitch walk. That's right.
So Jordan Eckert will step up. Big-time hitter who didn't get to showcase that in the first of this doubleheader game.
And Eckert came in today's contest hitting 385. And that pitch will miss. 2-0. And they'll go out for a quick conversation here on the mound. So Spain, the lefty, one of two lefty pitchers that three that the Averett has this year.
Spain has pitched 13 innings so far, 13 strikeouts.
And Spain did a really good job in the game against Eastern Mennonite back a couple of weeks ago of working out of some tight jams. 2 or 3 innings where he had 2 or more runners on with 2 or less outs. And was able to really come in there and show his mental strength. Falls behind 3-1 here with the runner on first. 1 out for Jordan Eckert, the Falcons' right fielder.
He swung hard right there.
He did, and swung on and missed. So the count runs full at 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on first here in the beginning of game 2 of this doubleheader. Runner going, and nothing going there, as Coleman will just keep the ball in his pocket, as Rodriguez had a heck of a jump over there coming off of first base.
Brings on Kirby Lambert, who was able to send 2 balls over the right field fence.
Accounted for 5 of Pfeiffer's 7 runs in the opener. all coming on dingers. Had the 3-run homer in the third and then the 2-run shot in the 10th that proved to be the difference. Averett, though, was competitive with and that is going to get to the backstop. The runners will advance. Second and third now. 1 out. Spain in an early hole here. Of course, one thing that Averett does have working in its advantage, at least for right now, is they have a lefty to face the dangerous left-handed hitter, Lambert. Good idea there by Spain. Just a little bit off on location as he couldn't get that one to nibble enough of the corner of the plate to get it over for a strike. 2-1. And that one misses as well. 3-1 is the count. We did see Tuggle, though, work his way out of some early precarious situations in the first game. And Spain is going to walk the bases loaded with 1 out. And that is going to bring up Christian Marciano. Of course, Eddie, one thing that Averett does have going for it with runners on the bag, on every bag and 1 out, sets up a double play ball a little bit easier. And there's no doubt Spain will be keeping it down here.
And Averett was able to work itself out of some pretty bad jams last game with bases loaded and not that many outs on the board, so they faced themselves in a similar situation here.
Well, and if you're Spain right now, like we were talking about, you've got to keep the ball on the ground because you've got the speedy Rodriguez over there on third who can come in quite easily with a fly ball and also with the heart of the order up right now. Averett playing a little bit deeper back in the outfield. 4, 6, and 3. And Cole Spain will work out of a tough situation. Bases loaded, 1 out. He'll get a fastball to induce the 4-6-3 ground ball double play. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for the first half inning. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network.
We're back here at Owen Fulton Field with Kyle Badano up to bat first for the Cougars.
Leading off for the Cougars, number 4, Kyle
After Cole Spain was
Badano.
able to work out of a bases loaded 1 out situation. and didn't give up any runs.
And Will Altmuller comes in 3-1 on the year. And Vidano looking to get things started off on the right foot for Averett. And Eddie, as you said, Cole Spain working like a seasoned veteran, getting out of a bases-loaded spot with no runs allowed. 1-1 to Vidano, getting ready to come in. The ball is fouled off, or no, it's hit, sent down the right field line. Looked like the wind was maybe going to keep it in play for a second, but ends up drawing it out of bounds, or foul.
So Vidano catches a piece of this one and pops it up right behind the first base, and it will land foul. Giving chase to that was number 19, Kirby Lambert.
And Lambert was always going to kind of have a tough play on that one, even if he was able to really get over there in time and not allow that ball to split he and Perry. He was almost going to have to make a basket-style catch there.
1-2 count for Vidano.
And Vidano doing a great job of laying off a nasty breaking ball from Altmuller. And that ball is sent out to left center. And it is going to be Rodriguez under it for the first out of the inning.
Next up for the Cougars, number 2, Dallas
Bring up
Smithers.
Dallas Smithers.
And Smithers had the 3-run double in the bottom of the 8th that gave the Cougars a brief lead in Game 1. Smithers ended up finishing with 3 of the Cougars' runs. 3 out of their 4. And Smithers will work ahead here early. Of course, Altmuller coming back, jamming him a bit on the inside to run the count even at a ball and a strike with 1 out, nobody on. Averett seeming to take a little bit more methodical approach at the plate right now. Got caught swinging at a couple of first pitches. Ball chopped down to third. Fairchild will reel in the bounce and fire over to first to Lambert to get the second out of the inning.
It's always a good idea to run through against this team, even if you think you're going to get thrown out. Pfeiffer had, I believe, 6 errors in the last game. So always run through, even if you ground out to second.
Well, it's nothing more frustrating as a coach to see somebody just kind of drop the bat on a ground ball and just kind of half-tail it down to first base. They're going to check over. It will be a strike. And Tickle takes a look at strike 2. Altmuller staying away from Tickle right now.
1-2 count for Tickle.
And Tickle will take a swing at it. It's going to be a drop third strike. Or it'll be a wild pitch. Tickle will make it over.
So up now, Cody Jones for the Cougars after Tickle made his way over to first base. Jones will send this one up towards center field.
And so each team will leave a runner stranded in the first inning. We are through 1 inning here so far. 0-0 score. We'll be right back on the Averett Sports Network.
And so leading off for the Falcons will be Brian Kowalski. Second pitch coming in low, and Cole Spain down early 2-0. And Kowalski able to line that one out to right field.
So a leadoff single, and that's going to bring up number 77, Chaston Gordon. So right now, Cole Spain, after the leadoff single, looking to try to get Gordon out here to make things a little bit easier. Sorry, just kind of spaced out there for a second. Averett looking to try to avoid exacerbating things. Ball through the right side. Yeah, I'm not counting that one. Doesn't count.
So Gordon able to get on base and move Kowalski over. So with no outs on, and we'll bring out Kyler Fairchild for Pfeiffer.
And Eddie, we were talking, between games here, and a lot of things that are moving positive right now forward for Averett. They're working on their pitching, getting things right with that, and they're starting to spring to get the bats together. So no need for Bailey and his team to feel like they have hit rock bottom yet. There's still a whole lot of time left in the season. And that ball is going to get back to the backstop. And that's going to further so they're going out to have a talk with Spain. Spain, one of the new kids on the block for Averett this year. The 1-1, swing and a miss by Fairchild. So the 1-2. And so Fairchild will take a time real quick. One-two from Spain, and a nice play there behind home plate by Coleman. Spain looking in. The 2-2, runners on second and third, nobody out. And a swing and a miss. And so that is going to bring up number 28, Damon Smith.
The play the left fielder, Damon Smith.
Smith with 2 runners in scoring position. Just one out on the board.
And that breaking ball will miss. Spain looking to get this out, hoping to not further exacerbate this situation for Averett. As we saw Spain work out of a tough jam, foul ball back behind the plate. Damon Smith, the Falcons' left fielder. Smith was 0 for 3 in the last game with a pair of strikeouts. So Smith was not in sync at the plate in the first game, so he's looking to try to get back in sync here. Pitch in the dirt. Coleman doing a good job of preventing that ball from rolling too far to the backstop, which would have given the Falcons a chance to get their first run across of the day. Two, and Smith will just reach out and send that the other way, but he does do a good job of staying alive. The Falcons are not a bunch of busters. They are a talented team. 13th, looking for win number 13.
So they catch Smith swinging. So this will bring on Derrick Perry.
Now batting for 8, Derrick Perry.
Is that what? Half point, okay. So I'll just find a way to say plus next time.
And Derrick Perry does have 2 runners in scoring position.
First pitch popped up back over Pfeiffer's dugout. So it looked like Pfeiffer was going to have a chance to hop on the Cougars early here. So far, though, Spain has been impressive, not allowing himself to get bamboozled by the pressure. So 1-1 is the count. 2 outs, runners on second and third, no score. Spain looking to keep it that way. Spain, the lefty. And that one is over for a called strike 2. Spain, 5'11", 155 pounds. Bats right, throws left. And Perry will simply reach out and send that one over on the right side. Tickle giving chase, but nothing happening. So Perry will step out of the box for a second. Perry turned in a 2-for-4 performance in the first game. 1 run scored, no RBIs, 2 bases on balls, struck out once. Rodriguez on deck and Wood hit next. And Perry can keep things going here. And a swing and a miss, and just like that,
Spain able to work out of another bad position.
Does a good job right there working out of the stretch. So Spain doing what he needs to do, working out of a jam to keep this a scoreless tie. We're heading to the bottom of the second here on the Averett Sports Network.
So we're back here at the Averett Sports Network, where Zach DiCarlo will step up to the plate first for the Cougars.
DeCarlo out of Gaithersburg, Maryland. And he'll take a look at a called strike one. And a swing and a miss by DeCarlo. Played in 12 games as a freshman, batted 156 with 5 hits, 2 runs scored, 1 double, and 3 RBIs. Also recorded 2 stolen bases on 2 attempts, and he will send this one up and over the screen on the right side. Foul ball. 0-2 is the count. Oh, and that had some hook on it right there. As DeCarlo down on strikes to start things off.
For the Cougars, the right fielder, Tyler Bianco.
So that's going to bring up Bianco. Bianco had a 1 for 5 in the last game, 1 run scored. And little check swing there. DeCarlo thought about going around, was able to pull back in time. And he takes a look at a tough pitch on the outside corner. DeCarlo not in love with that call. Or excuse me, Bianco.
1-2 count now for Bianco. Bianco swinging and missing for a third strike. 2 outs here for the Cougars with Hunter Laprelle coming up to the plate.
For the Cougars, number 7, Hunter Laprelle.
So Laprelle walking up now.
Laprelle out of Huntersville, North Carolina, a Lake Norman charter school.
Laprelle, one of the returns this year. Ball is sent back up the middle. Play is made at short, throw over, and that's going to do it here for the bottom of the second. So we're through 2 innings.
At the bottom of the second inning, Averett gets no runs, no hits.
No score. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network.
So Rodriguez will start us off here for Pfeiffer. First pitch, strike. Pitch comes in high and inside for ball one. 1-1 count here for Xavier Rodriguez, the center fielder who finished off at the mound for Pfeiffer at the end of last game.
And that had some late break to it. Misses on the inside part of the plate. Count goes to 3-0. Count goes to 2-0, excuse me. So 3-0 is now the count. So Rodriguez stepping in. And that one is going to catch the plate. It's a late signal there by the umpire.
Full count now here for Rodriguez. See if Spain can get him off the plate. And Rodriguez makes contact and sends it out towards Averett's dugout.
Well hit ball there. Just a little bit late on the swing. Sends it out the other way. And
swinging and missing is Rodriguez. Sorry about that, but yeah, swinging and missing does Cole catch Rodriguez. So this will bring up number 9 Jordan Eckert.
Spain, one of the new kids on the block this year for Averett. Has looked solid thus far. And as we said, Bailey working hard, and that ball has popped up. It's about 2.5 miles in the air. Tickle under it for the second out.
It's a good job of Tickle trying to track it down up there.
And Eddie, I was walking up here, I believe it was Thursday for the game against University of Mary Wash, and got in here a little late, and one of Mary Washington's players popped the ball up right at the mound and was able to actually get a look at it coming down, and that thing was really ducking around in that wind.
So this is Kirby Lambert, who smacked 2 over the fence last game at the plate.
Lambert, 3 for 5 performance, 5 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Also took a walk. And he's going to even things up here, 1-1 after falling behind 0-1. Fastball just misses. Sun trying to make an appearance here today. Been in and out. And a swing and a miss.
A hard swing and a miss from Lambert there.
And if Lambert made contact with that one, that is another one headed over that field or over that fence and right.
And Spain kind of catching a groove now. Striking out his first 2 at-bats. He's looking to do the same here to Lambert.
Spain coming in with that fastball in the mid to upper 80s. Tough to hit.
Kind of wish the weather was up in the mid to upper 80s right now, but
we just got to be a little patient for that. We'll get there.
3-2 count, 2 outs, no runners on. And Lambert sends this one up sky high towards LaPrelle. And is going to go foul over the fence.
And one thing Spain does well too, he works his locations well. Does not stay in one place. Keeps the ball moving across all parts of the plate. Hard to get a handle on him. And a swing and a miss.
Spain, 3 up, 3 down.
And so we are through 2.5 here at Owen Fulton Field. When we come back, we will have all the action from the bottom of the third. Keep it locked right here on the Averett Sports Network. and gentlemen, welcome back here to Owen Fulton Field. Ryan Traylor leading things off.
First pitch is a ball. So 1-1 count here for Traylor. Traylor staying alive, sends another ball foul.
So Traylor is going to send that one up down the right field line a little bit, but it's going to fall in between the first baseman and right fielder for a foul ball. And that one is in the dirt. Last couple of days have featured some gale force winds up here at Owen Fulton Field. A little less breezy today. That one is sent out on a loop into left field. And Traylor will get a leadoff single.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 14, Dalton Coleman.
And in the words of one of my favorite songs from the 1980s, Traylor was hanging tough like the new kids on the block over there. And so that's going to bring up Dalton Coleman. He's going to send one back to the pitcher. And there's the out on
does move Traylor over to second, which is the good thing, which does bring Vadano up to the plate with one out and a runner in scoring position.
And with this runner on second, with Traylor on second, it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to have Vadano swinging away or maybe try to lay a bunt down the first baseline or maybe even try to get one down the third baseline. Does not look like. And he's going to send a chopper down to first. Nice play over there by Lambert. He will tag the bag for a 3 unassisted.
You got to think not necessarily what Vadano had in mind, probably stepping up to the plate, but again, it moves Traylor over, who's a speedy guy, over to third. And with Smithers coming up, if Smithers can get a single, it would at least bring him in. So,
well, and that's what Vadano was trying to do right there, Eddie. He was trying to go opposite field with it, give Traylor a little extra time to get over to second and around, or get from second to around third, and really try to get in there for that run. But Vadano just had to get a little bit too much reach on it to really put solid contact on it. And that ball is sent down to short, and it is going to ricochet off of Kowalski's glove. Traylor will score. The Cougars out in front early, 1-0.
And just like that, Bradley Tickle will step up with 2 outs and Speedy Vadano over on first.
And so Bradley Tickle will come up now. First pitch misses. Vadano, or no, excuse me.
One-0 count for Tickle.
Comes the 1-0. Smithers running. Hit and run is on. Tickle gets it over the head of the shortstop. Kowalski into center field.
Just like that, a Bradley Tickle single sends Smithers from first to third, and now Smithers is in scoring position with Cody Jones, a nice power hitter for the Cougars, up to bat.
And you think if Cody Jones can step up here and get a big hit, that Bailey and the team might be interested in driving him down to the closest 7-Eleven and getting him a Slurpee for his efforts.
Two-0 count for Jones early.
And that pitch misses. So 3-0 coming into Cody Jones in the DH spot, hitting in the 4-hole. And that one is over on the outside corner, 3-1. And Jones is going to work a 5-pitch walk. So it continues.
Coming to the plate for the Cougars, the left fielder, Zach DiCarlo.
For Averett, the inning does. So it's going to bring up DiCarlo. First pitch, and that is lifted out to right field. DiCarlo got just a little bit too much under that one. It is collected out in right by Eckert, and that's going to be the end of the third. But Averett able to pick up pick up one run on 2 hits, 1 error, 3 left stranded. But Averett getting out to the early lead. We're through 3. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network. Leading things off here. Top of the 4th. Just looking here. Marciano was 2 for 4 in the last game. No RBIs, had a pair of walks. So far today, he is 0 for 1. Grounded out his last time up. Averett 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. Pfeiffer no runs on 3 hits, 1 error. And that pitch misses. Count goes to 2-0. And that one misses down low and away. 3-0 is the count now. Spain is going to ask for a new ball. His request request will be granted. And that one catches the inside part of the plate in at the knees. First strike now. And that one is over on the outside corner for strike 2.
Cole Spain doing a good job of staying alive.
And so Marciano will step out of the box for a second. 3-2. And ball is popped up on the right side, drifting into foul territory. Tickle is under it. And there's the first out as Marciano goes down on the fly out to first.
So, shortstop Brian Kowalski up to bat now for Pfeiffer. After Tickle able to get over and catch the would-be foul ball for an out. Saw him do that last game over almost in the dugout of Pfeiffer.
He does a good job staying with it. Ball is sent out on the right side. Tickle, a Danville Community College product. Came over as a transfer student. Also, as I mentioned earlier in the last broadcast, Dan River product, played with Sammy McCormick out there. And a swing and a miss. So Tickle has had some good guidance along the way. Had people showing him the right way to do things, and he's thanking their efforts with great play. And that ball had just a touch of a break to it. Oh, and 2. Spain looking for his first collegiate victory. Making his 4th start on the season, 7th appearance, has thrown 13 1/3. That ball is slurped out to Fadano at second. Fadano is there to make the play.
And having a play like that will make our mascots Ava and Rhett really, really happy.
Now batting the catcher, Chaston Gordon.
So that's going to bring up Chaston Gordon. Gordon took a offer in the last game. Unable to collect a hit in 5 at-bats. Fouls that one off on the right side over Pfeiffer's dugout. So far is 0 for 1 in today's game. Oh, no, excuse me, he's 1 for 1. Let's looking at.
And he sends this one out towards center field. Tracking it and hauling it in will be Dallas Smithers out there.
And Smithers doing a good job of ranging to his left out there as that ball had started to kind of drift towards right center a little bit. But he does a great job of getting it out there and making the play. So we're through 3 and 3.5 here. So we're going to have all the action from the bottom of the 4th when we come back here on the Averett Sports Network.
And so we're back on the Averett Sports Network where number 18, Tyler Bianco, be leading off for Averett. Averett does lead by 1 run. Bianco trying to bunt and run, but it rolls foul. Bianco a hard swing and a miss there. Nice. 0-2. 0-2 pitch comes in. Bianco catches a piece of it, sends it up over Pfeiffer's dugout. Bianco reaches for that one and sends it backwards. Pitch comes in low. Good eyes from Bianco. 1-2 count now.
Bianco, another young player that Bailey's excited about, and he's going to send a fly ball out to center. Drifting a little bit, but Rodriguez is there to collect the out for the first one of the inning.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 7, Hunter Laprelle.
And so Hunter Laprelle will be coming up after Bianco flies out. And Laprelle sends this one out to left field.
And a nice play out there inlet by Smith. That ball had some eyes to it.
And so Ryan Traylor now, who had a single to get on, who sparked the momentum to get the run last time at bat.
And as we have seen today, we've kept talking about it. Averett does have some sticks. They've just got to start learning how to use them when it really matters the most. Ooh. And Traylor doing his best Michael Jackson impression there, unable to get out of the way of it, though. And he will earn a base the hard way. That's going to bring up Coleman now. Coleman coming up to the plate for the first time. Actually, second time. He had the sack his last time up.
Coach Stampler arguing the fact that he doesn't think the Trailer was hit with the ball at all. Thinks it just sailed behind him.
At the plate of the Cougars, number 14, Dalton Coleman.
So Dalton Coleman will come up to the plate. A runner on first and 2 outs on the board.
I think Bailey just giving Coleman a few last-second adjustments there before stepping back in. Runner on first, 2 down, bottom of the fourth. And actually, it looked like Bailey might have been changing the signal there as Coleman looked like he was going to try to lay down a bunt. In the meantime, though, Coleman will fall behind 0-1. And he'll send a little slow roller down to short. Ball fielded by Kowalski. And that's going to do it here for the bottom of the fourth. So Averett will leave a runner stranded. We are through a full 4, almost halfway home here at Owen Fulton Field. Averett leading 1-0. We'll be right back on the Averett Sports Network.
Back here on the Averett Sports Network, Kyler Fairchild up to bat for Pfeiffer.
And Fairchild 0 for 1 so far today. Struck out swinging his last time up. First pitch, a little bit upstairs. Spain looking in. Here's the delivery. So had the right idea coming in at the knees, just couldn't bring it up enough to get it in the strike zone, and the count goes to 2-0, top of the fifth. Pitching has had the upper hand thus far. Both teams have only combined for 1 run and 5 hits. Ooh, and Eddie, if that one missed, it did not miss by much.
It's a close one.
Fastball, and that one is in there for a strike. 3-1. Talked to Spain after the Eastern Mennonite game a couple weeks ago, and that's strike 2.
Spain once again doing a good job of staying alive.
And I think Fairchild thought he had the free pass right there, but he stopped in his tracks. But Spain seems to be a very mature young man.
And swinging and missing. Spain doing a great job of getting Fairchild off the plate there, as he's done so far this game. Staying well composed even in bad situations and throwing his way out of it.
And Spain really, that, as I was saying before that last pitch, he really does seem to have everything together to be as young as he is, coming in at, 18 years old, coming in as a freshman. And always takes a little bit to adjust from high school to college. There's a called strike. You got pace of the game. A lot different. Everything seems to move a little bit faster. Curveball misses high and in.
You can see his arm kind of got away from him there at the tail end of that throw.
It really is an art of throwing a breaking pitch to it. You really have to have your follow through down. If there's one little thing that's screwy about your follow through, your pitch is not going to get in there. And that looked like a 2-seam fastball. Started off straight and then just made a beeline towards the inside part of the plate.
2-1 count for Spain.
Smith 0 for 1. Struck out looking his last time up. And that one is in there, belt high, outside part of the plate. 2-2 is the count. Here it is. Ball is fouled off back over by the press box. Some fan with a lucky souvenir. Well, more than likely there will be an Averett player there in a few minutes to collect it. Being D3, you cannot just give out balls.
3-2 count now for Smith with 1 out. Spain's been catching batters looking left and right at the 3-2 count, so see if we can do the same with Smith here.
Coleman set up on the outside, and Smith will just reach out and foul that one off. Altmuller and Spain right now, both matching each other pound for pound. Go out and have a quick conversation real quick. I think they have changed the signals, getting a new printout for Coleman. Three-two. And a swing and a miss as Smith will strike out for the second time today. And that is going to turn over Pfeiffer's lineup. And that will bring up Derrick Perry. Perry is 1 for 2. He has struck out and singled. And Eddie, one thing I've noticed with a few exceptions, a lot of the offense here today has been just simple base hits. Now, of course, Pfeiffer picking up the 5 runs off of the Lambert's 2 home run performance in the first game. That pitch misses just on the outside. And Eddie, I don't know if you were here back a couple of years ago or not, but former Averett baseball player Drew Evans actually banged out 3 home runs in one game, 2 in the same inning.
Oh, wow.
To set the program record for home runs in a game. It's a game against Roanoke College, and actually the year after that season last year, Roanoke actually went to the College World Series. And so Perry is going to take a walk.
Now about to enter 29, Xavier Rodriguez.
So Xavier Rodriguez now up 0 for 1. He has walked and struck out swinging. So Eddie, just taking a look here, the first 4 batters in Pfeiffer's lineup turned in a combined 7 for 19 performance in the first game. Of course, Averett turning in a 5 for 13 performance, and with their first 4 guys, so Spain pickoff move back to check on Perry, who is quick. Top of the 5th, 2 outs, runner on first here at Owen Fulton Field. And that one in tight, looked like a changeup. Spain back in. Looks in on Coleman. Here comes the 2-0. Whoa! Little chin music right there. Actually, more little ear music than anything.
3-0 count here for Rodriguez. And Spain looks to stay alive with 2 outs.
Things showing bunt there to maybe try to throw Spain off his game a little bit. Can't see Rodriguez bunting on a 3-0 count. He'll take strike 1. Now, could possibly see him bunting here on the 3-1 with Rodriguez's speed, but there again, there are 2 outs here on the board. So you're taking a little bit of a gamble if you try, but you do have a lefty in the box, a speedy lefty on top of that. And that one is in there at the belt. That will run the count full house at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Averett looking to pick up its 6th win of the year. Pfeiffer looking to make it number 13.
Three-two count. Let's see if Spain can catch Rodriguez swinging.
And we've seen him be able to do it. And there's a swing and a miss. And so now 8 strikeouts now for Spain altogether. And out of those strikeouts, only 1 of them have gone down looking. So we're through 4.5. We'll have the bottom of the 5th for you when we come back here on the Averett Sports Network.
And so leading off for the Cougars will be Kyle Vedano. On top of the lineup.
Vedano 0 for 2. Ground out and a flyout thus far. Vedano showing bunt. He will chop one down the first baseline. And the play is made by number 19, Lambert. But the throw over, nothing going. I believe it was Perry covering on the play. Covering the bag over at first. But the throw was errant. And whenever you got Vedano, and they're actually going to score to hit, because when you got Vedano flying down that line right there at first, it is always going to be a tough play. Especially that ball had a little bit of hop to it. I'm sure Vedano would have liked to have deadened that bunt a little bit more, but he's on bag, or he's on base, and Vedano head first back into first.
So Smithers watching the ball go by on the first pitch. Way inside for ball 2, 2-0 count with Vedano over on first.
Smithers had to get skinny for that one. That was right inside. The 2-0. Vedano going. Smithers will take a look. And Vedano has just picked up his 13th steal of the year in 15 attempts. Eddie, you don't have to know much about baseball to know those are impressive numbers right there. 13 of 15. And Smithers doing the right thing and just taking a look at that 3-0 pitch on the outside.
So 3-1 count now.
So 3-1. And that ball is off of Smithers' fist. And the play is made out there in left center.
Now batting for the Cougars, the first baseman, Bradley Tickle.
Bradley Tickle now coming up to the plate. Tickle 1 for 2 on the afternoon with a strikeout and a single. And looking to try to drive in an RBI and give Averett a little bit of insurance as we're getting on into the middle innings here. And he will take a look at a big off-speed pitch that catches the inside part of the plate for a called strike 1. So the 0-1 is swing and a miss.
And you know, Davin, you kind of mentioned Vedano and his stealing ability. Him and Smithers pretty much in a league of their own when it comes to stealing. Smithers 8 for 8 on the year, and then Vedano, as you mentioned, 13 for 15 on the year when it comes to steals. So those guys at another level.
And they do a great job of representing the blue and gold.
Now batting for the Cougars, the designated hitter, Cody Jones.
Tickle able to send it out to the outfield, but flown out. So Cody Jones up to the plate now.
So Cody Jones now coming up. Jones 0 for 1 with a walk. And he's going to send one through the left side. Vedano rushing home. He slides in and the run scores 2-0. And Vedano was running right there like he was trying to beat daylight savings time as he headed around second. So number 10, DeCarlo stepping up to the plate. And it seems like the catcher, Gordon, is coming out to have a talk with Altmueller. Might be talking about that 12-piece bucket of chicken that they saw Reba McEntire promoting the other day on the KFC commercial, swing and a miss.
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily what they're going to be talking about after giving up a run.
Well, you never know, Eddie. You know, you got to try to break the ice somehow and get your pitcher back into the game. And there's the ball sent through the left side. A great play out there by Kowalski to keep that one in front of him. And Averett has got some things moving here.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 18, Tyler Bianco.
So that's going to bring up Bianco. First pitch misses. Count goes to 1-0. It's been a solid day here for the Blue and Gold. They did drop that first game, but they have kept up and have been competitive with a talented Pfeiffer team. And despite the Cougars' record, they have been competitive in most other games this season. They just kind of need that one big game to break things open and start trying to swing the luck the other way. So here's the 3-0. And that changeup is dropped over for a called strike one. The 3-1, that one is in the dirt. And Bianco will work the 2-out walk to juice the bases now.
So that will bring on Hunter Laprelle with 2 outs on the board, 2 runners in scoring position.
Playing for the Cougars, number 7, Hunter Laprelle.
Cody Jones on third. He's got a runner on second and first as well.
So Bianco right there showing great patience at the plate. Getting on base there. And there's been a bit of a pause here in the action. Matt Tuggle
Pitch hitter for the Cougars, number 31, Matt Tuggle.
will step in. Tuggle getting the pinch hit appearance here in place of Laprelle. Ryan Traylor is on deck. Would hit next to Tuggle to keep things going. And Tuggle sends a ground ball down the left side. It is scooped up by Fairchild. The throw over will do it. So Averett does grab an insurance run, but in the process they will leave the bases loaded. So we're through 5, getting on into the middle innings here. We've got a 2-0 game in favor of the Cougars. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network.
So Jordan Eckert up to bat. So open things up for Pfeiffer.
So Spain's still on the mound.
First pitch is a strike.
Averett right now trying to do like a very popular Reba McEntire song and not go out like that with 2 losses. The 0-2. So Jordan Eckert. And a big breaking ball, and that is going to bounce off the glove of Coleman. Top of the 6th. 2-0 is your score. Eckert so far on the
And
contest.
swinging and missing there is Eckert. Or actually, I'll say he got a piece of it.
Well, Eckert is 0 for 1 with a walk today. Has also flown out. And Eddie, I really enjoy these games like this where it's a very defensive and pitching-minded contest. It definitely makes it easier on us, the broadcasters. We don't have as much to keep up with all at one time.
Spain with the 2-2 count now for Eckert.
Spain looking in. 2-2. Nobody out. And fastball hit down to Vadano at second. Vadano playing on the lip of the outfield. Fires over to Tickle. And there's the first out of the inning.
So this will bring on Kirby Lambert for Pfeiffer. Spain doing a good job of not allowing anything there.
And Lambert 0 for 1 after his monstrous performance in the first game. Has a walk and has a strikeout. Went down swinging his last time up. And that first pitch is over for a called strike. Oh, 1 coming in from Spain. And that one just got away from him a little bit.
Coleman doing a good job of getting his glove over there and sliding behind that ball.
Coleman is showing his mettle as a defensive catcher here so far, doing a great job has made some great blocks. So 1-1 and just a hair off the outside part of the plate. So 2-1 is the count. Averett 2-0 right now, top of the 6th. Ball is fouled off to the right side. Really kind of got into Lambert's kitchen, got him on the fist. And they're going to say it hit him. And so Lambert will reach base for the second time today, courtesy of a free pass. And to me, it looked like the swing went around. Looked like he had put the bat into play. And I believe they ended up calling catcher interference on Coleman. Down there, giving Lambert the free base.
Nevertheless, that brings up Marciano.
At the plate, the 36, Christian Marciano.
one. And that ball is hit foul on the right side, as it was number 36, Marciano, I think, getting a little bit over anxious on that and reached out and tried to take a pitch the opposite way. Unable to pull it off, though. 0-2. And a big-time breaking ball will miss. In the meantime, Lambert will move up on the play. We'll move up on the wild pitch. So right now, Spain 5 1/3, 3 hits, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts. No runs yet. 1-2. And that ball is lifted out to right field. Bianco battling the wind a bit. He camps out under it. Lampard will try to make it over to third. He will standing up. But in the meantime, Averett now has its second out of the inning. But also Lambert is in scoring position for number 1, Kowalski, the shortstop. And Eddie, we've seen Kowalski make some great plays down there at short today.
Absolutely.
And his defense has really been a helping hand.
And after kind of getting on himself early in that first game, he kind of took a breather and got himself under control and started to be a real player for his team.
And at this level, you've just got to be able to have that type of mindset where you bounce back from mistakes. You put them in your back pocket. You don't pull them out. You don't think about them anymore. And you just try to keep moving forward. The 1-0. And, whew, that looked pretty from up here. But apparently missed on the outside part of the plate. So the count goes to 2-0. Lambert on third. And the count goes to 3-0. And the count goes to 3-1 now. 2 outs, runner on third. Here we go. Ball hit back. Out of play, foul. Spain looking to fire in the fastball on 3-2. And a swing and a miss. And just like that, Spain coming in pitching like a colonel will get the
And I tell you what,
third strike.
That pitch really had some fire behind it. I tell you what.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are through 5 1/2. Move on to the bottom of the 6th. Averett in front, 2-0. We'll be right back.
And so Ryan Traylor up to bat for the Cougars. Cougars do lead by 2 runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
And Eddie, with these 2 long games coming out here today, both of these teams are going to leave this field feeling like they have worked the graveyard shift at 7-Eleven. The ball is chopped off. Chopped back behind the plate. The 0-1, and that one misses high. And there's a big off-speed pitch. Actually, almost kind of looked like a curveball. Just didn't really get any break on it. Just kind of flattened out. Luckily for Altenmuller, though, it was on the outside. Traylor got that one off of his fist, chops it foul down the third baseline. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that ball is popped up in the air. And Kowalski takes 2 steps and is over there to make the play.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 14, Dalton Coleman.
So Dalton Coleman will take a look at the plate here on 1 out.
And he's just going to go after the first pitch he faces, pops that up into shallow left, and it will be Smith calling off Kowalski. Getting in there.
Coming to the plate for the Cougars, the second baseman, Kyle Vadano.
So that's going to bring up Kyle Vadano. Vadano 1 for 3 so far, runs scored, has a stolen base, has grounded out, flied out, and singled. And big breaking ball, but Altenmuller nowhere close on that one, as he threw up a real hog. And that one's a little bit better, as that breaking ball drops in. So Vadano will foul that one off down the right field line.
Vadano facing a 1-2 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Fouls that one down the first base line.
The 1-2 count coming in to Vadano. And that ball is popped up into foul territory on the right side. And first baseman Lambert is under it, and that's going to do it. So we move on to the top of the 7th. Averett just a matter of 2 steps away from hoping to earn a 3rd game victory here. So we're going to take a quick break on the Averett Sports Network. so ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Cold Spain has been slipperier than a penguin. Slipperier than a penguin. So count goes to 0-1. I actually have. Well, of course, he did just get out of the water, too, so he was.
And so Gaston will rip that one out to center field, but Smithers, I think he caught the ball, but landed awkwardly. Gordon able to send that one out to center field, but I think Smithers was able to hold on to it.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Averett looking to bounce back from that first game loss. That was definitely bitter like lemonade,
Now batting number 12.
as they lost it in the top of the 10th. First pitch popped up, and that gets back into the trees in the rural setting around here at Owen Fulton Field. I'm sure there was a squirrel or two that was avoiding that foul.
And swinging and missing there was Kyler Fairchild. 0-2 count for Fairchild.
Each half inning. You just don't want to see us get through them so quickly. That's what it is. I've been pretty good like earlier today. The squirrel got me
So
there.
swing. Looks like he made contact with it was Fairchild. One, two count for Fairchild.
Foul back against the net. One-two breaking ball misses inside. And Averett really doing a good job so far all afternoon when things don't go their way. And there's a strikeout by Fairchild. But Averett has done a really good job today of when things have not gone their way and they've been in jams or in predicaments or anything else like that. They've kept their minds right, and that's always good to see as a coach, because once you get your attitude wrong and you get your mind out of the game, it's a slippery slope from there.
As a pinch hitting for Damon Smith will be Mason Striplin.
So Spain right now 6 2/3. I'm a very big believer in superstition, so I will not say anything else. Ball is in the dirt.
Two-0 count for Spain.
And it's now 2-1 as he drops in a nice pitch right there. We saw Spain starting to maybe slow down a little bit here. Yes, losing a little heat on that fastball. Has 122 pitches thus far. So a solid day of work for that young man. And he's going to work it back to full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. And it's actually going to be 2-2. And that one misses. And the count is now 3 balls, 2 strikes.
This one popped up into right field. Bianco trying to trap it down. And he does. So the Cougars not letting Pfeiffer get any runs. In the top of the 7th inning, they still lead 2-0, headed towards the bottom of the 7th. We'll take a break and be back here to the Averett Sports Network. Up first for the Cougars will be Dallas Smithers. Smithers trying to bunt and run. Sends it foul. 0-1 count now. Smithers sends this one over to Kowalski. Throw over to first, gets Smithers out. And so bring on Bradley Tickle.
Bradley Tickle.
Pitch low and outside, ball number 1. Tickle sends that one back at the pitcher, and he's going to try and dig it out all the way to first, but he does get thrown out. Will Altemuller able to control it. Cody Jones up now.
Cody Jones.
Jones sends this one out towards left field, and he will get on base. Brings on Zach DiCarlo. 2 outs on the board, and Jones over on first. Pitch high and outside, 1-0 count. DiCarlo swinging and missing, 2-1 count now. Pitch hooking outside. 3rd ball. And sends that one to left field again, so that moves Jones over to second and puts DiCarlo on first with Bianco up next to bat.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 18, Tyler Bianco.
So pinch hitting for the Cougars will be Neil Hutchings, number 3. And at pitcher is number 20, Nathan Ray for Pfeiffer.
And Hutchins had a couple of hits in the first game. Good to see him back out there as he had a collision with Tickle in the first game. Did not get the start in the second. Set up on the outside. Chopper back to the pitcher. Throw is not there. So a throwing error by Ray.
And Hutchins continuing to be solid at the plate.
Eddie, all you got to do is put contact on it, and you never know exactly what can happen from there, and we just saw it. Averett looking to try to add on to this 2-0 lead. And Tuggle will foul the first pitch off back behind home plate on the right side. Oh, 1 well inside to Tuggle. So after our first game that was very much offense oriented, we've seen a little bit of a switch in pace here in the second one, as these two pitchers have done a good job of stymieing their opponents' offense. And Tuggle tried to go the other way with that one, sends it foul down the first baseline. And I think if he could have kept that one fair with the right fielder, pretty much giving Tuggle that whole entire line down in right field, could have scored 2 runs. That one's inside. Count goes full house, add 3 balls, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss by Tuggle, and Averett is going to leave the bases loaded here in the bottom half of the 7th, but Averett just needs 6 more outs to salvage a win in this 3-game series. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back on the Averett Sports Network.
Derrick Perry.
And we're back here at the Averett Sports Network.
And we've had a couple of lineup changes here for the Cougars. Matt Wall to right field. Hutchins will come in for Coleman behind the plate. And Spain stays on the mound. showing bunt is Perry. And that's going to be a foul ball. Umpire says it hit the plate. And the umpires are conferring with each other just to make sure that they got that one right. Perry got the bunt down, but I think it ended up bouncing off a home plate, making it foul. Meaning Perry will have to step in again. So I hate to bring it up because of superstition, but 3 hits allowed by Spain.
Spain pitching a great game so far.
And he's really had to have a lot of fire in his arsenal as he is picking up, hitting well over 100 pitches. But 7 strong innings so far for the freshman.
It looked like Neil Hutchins might have got caught on the back end of that swing by the bat.
Hutchins having a rough day today out there, Eddie. Took the nasty tumble there in the first game. And
so 1-2 count here for Perry.
Perry 1 for 2 on the afternoon as a walk has struck out. Spain looking in. And a big-time breaking ball. Spain unable to get it across, though, but there it goes. As we've been talking about all game, Bailey really working hard with both Spain and Traylor, trying to develop that breaking ball to go along with their lethal fastball. And that looked like a little bit of a combination of both there, as it looked like a two-seamer.
And so with a full count, we've seen Spain catch batters swinging on this full count look here all game long. Let's see if he can do the same here.
Well, Eddie, and there's no greater sin in baseball than going down, looking, and Perry is going to reach out and pick that one up right where it came from, right to Smithers, though. Smithers shakes off the dinger he suffered to the wrist earlier on, gets under there, makes his catch.
Now by the center fielder, Xavier Rodriguez.
So Rodriguez will step up.
Rodriguez 0 for 2, pair of strikeouts, and has walked, went down swinging both times. But there are very few sins greater than going down, looking on strikes. But probably you add in the fact that it's a 3-2 count, you're facing a 2-run deficit in the top of the 8th, and that's going to infuriate a coach. And that one misses high. Thought the umpire ruled it a strike there for a second, but
2-0 count.
Averett has shown the potential here today in this second game that it has, at least on the hill. And Rodriguez was thinking a bunt, but pulls it back 3-0. And that one runs in too tight on Rodriguez, so he will work the walk. And I think Bailey has seen enough from Spain, as Spain right now over 130 pitches thus far, and looks like Traylor will come into pitch. Looks like Taylor is going to move over to short. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break here, let Traylor get a few warm-up pitches, and Eddie and I are going to rest our voices for a minute, grab a bit to drink. We'll be right back on the Averett Sports Network.
Now batting number 9, Jordan
And
Eckert.
welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to Owen Fulton Field. Eckert stepping into the box, 2 for 4 on the afternoon. Has struck out and flied out.
And Trailer up to pitch. He's pitched 22 innings so far this year with 16 strikeouts.
And Eddie, we have seen today 2 young arms that the Cougars have that really show a lot of potential in the future. And under the tutelage of Bailey, they will only continue to grow in talent. 1-0. Bailey very high on Trailer. Very excited to get that young man over here. Get him to come down to Danville, join the team. Trailer out of Chesterfield, Virginia, up near Richmond. Went to Matawaka.
Ball hit out into right field, and I believe that is Wall out there able to bring it down for the Cougars for the second out. So this will bring on Kirby Lambert.
Number 19, Kirby Lambert.
So Lambert, the man of the hour in the first game for the Falcons, had a 3-run homer in the third that broke the seal, and then had the eventual go-ahead 2-run homer, really what proved to be the game winner in the top of the 10th. Man on first, 2 outs. Throw back over to first. Rodriguez is in safely. Trailer looking to come on and get Pfeiffer's slugger down. That pitch is over, so 1-2 goes the count. It's been a fun one to watch. Unless you are a fan of offensive baseball, then maybe not quite as much fun, but it has been a good game out here.
1-2 count, 2 outs, and a runner over on first.
Tying run at the plate in Lambert. 1-2 from Trailer. And tried to nibble the outside part of the plate there. Just misses. Averett's pitching staff not afraid to work from all directions. Hitting all parts of the plate with their pitches. And it's paid off nicely here for him in the second game. Deuces all around on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And so Lambert will work the count to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Rodriguez on first. Hit and run on. Not a surprise there with the full count and 2 outs. Especially with the 2-run deficit. Anybody on base is going to be going on contact. Averett playing back deep in the outfield.
Would only make sense with Lambert at the plate.
Well, and you look at Vedano over here too. Vedano a quarter of the way into right field. And Eddie, this is just good old-fashioned no extra base hit defense here by the Cougars. So the full count. Runner once again going, but Lambert cannot straighten that one out. It goes foul.
We've even got Taylor in the grass over there behind second base.
Well, and Eddie, too, some of that is also due to the fact that Lambert, being a left-handed hitter, is more than likely going to send the ball out to right field. So they're protecting against the pull. Fastball swung on and missed, and Trailer gets the mighty Lambert down swinging on strikes. So we're going to move on to the bottom of the 8th, almost home here. Averett leads 2-0. We're going to take another quick break here on the Averett Sports Network, but don't worry, we'll be back in just a flash.
Ryan Trailer up to bat for the Cougars in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cougars do lead by 2 runs here late. Normally the Cougars in the bottom of the 8th inning find themselves down by 1 and scoring 2 or 3 runs to take the lead, but this time they walk into the bottom of the 8th inning with the lead.
Well, and Eddie, all those games like that are character builders, let you know that you can perform when the heat is on. And the first pitch catches the inside part of the plate for a strike. As Ray comes back out for another inning's worth of work.
Swinging and missing there is Taylor.
Averett looking to cha-cha its way to a win. That one's in the dirt. So the 0-2, no surprise there, not close. Eddie, that's one of those kind of unspoken rules of baseball. Really wouldn't even know if you call it unspoken, but if you're a pitcher, you get ahead 0-2, kind of play around with the next few pitches and see if you can get the guy swinging, and he won't have to get trailer swinging. He'll get him looking for the first out. And
Matt Wall will step up now for the Cougars after taking over the position in right field.
First pitch to Wall over on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Averett coming into today's contest had won 3 out of its last 6. So looking to make it 4 out of their last 8 to keep their record around 500 here as they're moving, at least for over that stretch of games. And that ball is weakly hit out to right field. It looks like it might cause some problems though, but it does not, as I believe it was Lambert calling everybody off and making the play.
So now we'll see. Now we'll see what Vadano can do at the plate.
Now back for the Cougars, the second baseman, Kyle Vadano.
So Vadano's stepping up. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Averett would definitely like to pick up an insurance run or 2 against Pfeiffer. And Vadano's going to try to drop down a bunt, but it's a ball. They're actually going to appeal down to first. So the 1-0 coming in. Vadano showing bunt again. And this time there is no need for an appeal down to first. Vadano could not pull it back. And Vadano a little chopper. This might be some trouble with Vadano's speed, and it is some trouble. As Vadano is going to get on with an infield single.
Coming to the plate for the Cougars, number 2, Dallas Smithers.
So Fairchild doing a great job of running on and making that play, getting some leather to it. But with a guy like Vadano so fast chugging down that first baseline, it was really going to take something special to get that out. Vadano just with those extra 2 steps going down the line. And Smithers will reach out and send this one foul down the right side, back out of play. So Smithers falls behind 0-1 to start things off. And that ball is going to be chopped off of Smithers' foot. As Ray jammed him up there off the hands, and Eddie, from experience, those hurt.
Especially in the cold weather, it doesn't help anything.
You took the words out of my mouth. It's bad enough when it's 80 degrees outside, but when you add this chill that's in the air, makes it even worse. So Vadano head down, toes up, going, but he is going to get nailed in the process as Gordon makes a heads-up play, the righty firing down on target. So, ladies and gentlemen, Pfeiffer down to its last chance, top of the 9th. The Falcons trail 2-0. Keep it locked here on the Averett Sports Network. Marciano leading off. Here's Pfeiffer down to its last opportunity. 0 for 3. Ground out and a pair of flyouts. Traylor looking to come on and close things down and get the save. First pitch fastball misses. Pitching has been the story thus far for Averett. 1-0, and that ball is sent down to second. Vedano has to contend with a tough hop throw over, and Vedano makes a great play. Oh, sorry. I thought you were telling me I screwed that down to second. That's okay.
This will bring on Brian Kowalski.
So Kowalski is going to take a mighty cut at Traylor's first offering, but wasn't ever much he was going to do with that one, as that was down and in. Probably just going to bang that into the ground and kill a few worms. And there's a two-hopper over to Vedano. Vedano getting called on again. The throw over, and Vedano will get Kowalski there, and Traylor just needs one more out.
And Traylor getting some help from Vedano behind him. Vedano, two very athletic plays in a row to throw the runners out at first.
Well, and the ball here in the infield has a tendency to take hops on you. And so that's why you see right now some of the infielders, your shortstop and your second baseman playing back a little bit. Ball hit down the right side. Tried to get fair, but it will end up going foul for the first strike. So the count goes to 0-1. To Gordon. Gordon 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Pair of flyouts and a single. And Eddie, one thing that we've seen here today, and especially in this second game, is just a lot of strategic baseball. Pfeiffer right now, no extra base hits. And the same can be said for Averett. So 1-2 as Gordon is down to his last strike. Here comes the offering from Traylor, and that ball is going to be hit out to center. So Gordon is not going to let Traylor and the Cougars off the hook just yet. That's going to bring up number 12, Kyler Fairchild. And we're going to have a pinch hitter, number 42, Homacheski.
Sitting for Pfeiffer, number 42, Andrew Homacheski.
Homacheski got an at-bat in the last game, in the first matchup. And his bat might be the deciding factor here, as Pfeiffer is down to its last out. So
Homacheski, one of 6 seniors on Pfeiffer's baseball team.
And he's shown his patience right now and has looked at 2 pitches that, at least that last one, maybe should have considered.
Now he's down 0-2 with 2 outs.
And Traylor with the waste pitch. Count goes to 1-2. To Traylor, and a swing and a miss, and Traylor will lock it down as Averett completes the 4-hit shutout against a potent Pfeiffer offense. And so the Cougars will take game 2 to at least earn 1 win in the series. And a short game was this last one, coming in at about 2.5 hours compared to the first one, which nearly ran about 3. So a lot of solid baseball out here today. We're going to go ahead and wrap things up really quick here on the Kickback Jacks postgame show. For Averett, Jones and DeCarlo in the second game, each coming up with a pair of hits. Jones actually picked up an RBI. The Cougars' only run batted in on the contest. Meanwhile, for Pfeiffer, Gordon, Kowalski, and Perry, each picking up a hit. And Eddie, this is one big factor. Lambert 0 for 1 in the contest with a strikeout. And so really after that last, he did reach on a catcher's interference call. But after that first game where he put up 2 home runs and 5 RBIs, Spain and Traylor doing a great job coming down and really locking him up in the second game. So Spain doing a great job out there on the mound. 7 innings, 3 hits, had 10 strikeouts, only sorry, looking for his walks right now. Had 4 on the game. Meanwhile, for Pfeiffer, a little bit of a different story as they were shut out. And ladies and gentlemen, that is actually going to wrap it up here for us today. So just to recap the action, Averett and Pfeiffer split a pair of games. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure to go to AverettCougars.com on Monday, or you can check out Averett's Twitter feed to get updated scores and updated action from the Cougars' next matchup against Marymount University, where they will travel to Arlington, Virginia on Monday for a 1 p.m. game. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself and Eddie Glenn Jr., we would like to thank you for hanging in with us today on this Saturday, and hope you enjoyed these games. And as I said earlier, make sure you keep up to date with Averett University athletics on AverettCougars.com and also on our social media platforms. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Eddie Glenn, Mr. Eddie Glenn Jr. and myself, we'd like to wish you all a good afternoon and a good night and a good rest of the weekend here on the Averett Sports Network.